My rights are important to me.
Sometimes the most shocking moments in law enforcement aren't about high-speed chases or dangerous shootouts, but about everyday encounters that spiral into outrageous confrontations. Today we're diving into one such jaw-dropping moment that unfolded during what should have been a routine interaction. It's a story that highlights the importance of knowing your rights and the unexpected challenges some officers bring to the job. Let's get into it. In March 2019, Assistant District Attorney Kenneth Grants found himself at the center of a tense encounter with law enforcement while sitting in his parked truck outside a home. Officers approached, claiming that they had received reports of a suspicious vehicle, but things were going to go bad very soon.
What you doing over here? I've had a couple people call in on you.
Okay. Am I doing something illegal?
Well, no, they're just calling on you saying that they don't recognize a truck in the area. So, my duty to check and see if you live over here or what's going on.
I live over here. I'm here for a purpose.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. You working? You see you got a ladder in the back. You working somewhere?
Yes, sir.
You got a driver's license on you just so I can identify you?
Have I done something illegal?
Well, I like to identify you, just know who I'm dealing with. Make sure.
I have a Fourth Amendment right not to show that to you.
Well, if I'm making contact with you for a reasonable suspicion call like I am right now.
Being suspicious is a misdemeanor or felony.
Okay. Well, sir, here's the deal. I was called on you, okay? For a suspicious vehicle, you said yourself you don't live over here, you have a purpose. What's your purpose? Is the purpose legal or illegal?
That's for you to determine that.
Okay. So for me to determine that, I need to see your ID.
How is my ID going to determine whether I'm...
Well, it helps to let you know who I'm dealing with. Let you know who I'm dealing with.
But my name doesn't tell you whether I'm...
Yeah, it would tell me, like, if... I don't know if you belong over here. You said you don't, so I don't know if someone over here's got a VPO or something against you, and if you got your ID
Did
or
I
something.
say I didn't belong over here?
You said you had purpose.
I don't live over here.
Okay.
Okay. I do belong
Okay.
here.
All right.
So, that,
The officer began questioning Grants, asking why he was parked there and if he lived in the area. Grants calmly explained that he was inspecting a roof and wasn't doing anything illegal, but the officer wasn't convinced and demanded to see Grants' ID. Obviously, he wasn't lawfully required to oblige.
I'm breaking into something, which I don't know if you are or not.
make that determination whether you feel I want to break into something.
Well, that's why I want to identify you to help me figure out the determination.
How is my identifier?
Okay, because if I identify you and I run your check and it says you've been arrested 5 times for burglary, then I'm going to go a little bit further. If it's nothing, I'm just going to identify you, kick you loose, have a good day.
What suspicion of a crime do you think that have committed, about to commit, or...
5-1, check HR 502 over here. So I have a call for service.
I understand. Why is it your business?
Because I want to make sure you're not going to break into any of these houses or anything like that.
Do I look like
I don't know. You have a ladder.
That's your determination you have to make.
You have a ladder. What could you use a ladder for?
Despite Grant's clear explanations, the officer continued to ask absolutely ridiculous questions, such as accusing him of being a burglar since he had a ladder, and they both went back and forth on this for a few more minutes.
But you also have the right. I also can ask.
Right to ask me.
If I'm conducting an investigation, which I'm currently doing, and you don't comply, it's obstruction, correct?
Am I being detained?
I'm asking you a question first before I answer that.
Okay. Until I know whether or not I'm being detained?
You are not free to leave at this time.
Okay, then I'm being detained. I won't answer any questions until I...
The cop also claimed that his refusal to provide ID could be considered obstruction. Grants remained firm, reminding the officer of Oklahoma law, which does not require citizens to provide identification unless there is reasonable suspicion of a crime.
Hello?
Hey, Travis.
Hey, what's up, man?
Nothing. Sorry to bother you. I got a random question for you, though. I'm dealing with something right now.
Yeah. What's up?
So I got called out to an address out here in Blanchard, Summer Valley Road, for a suspicious vehicle. And gentleman's parked in a black pickup. He's from Oklahoma City, but he won't give me his name and tells me he doesn't have to give me his driver's license because he's not done anything wrong.
He's driving a vehicle?
Well, he's parked right now.
Oh, okay. Well, technically, there's no obligation for him to identify himself. I mean, unless you've got reasonable suspicion that he's committing a crime.
Well, the thing is I have no reasonable suspicion to believe that he's not committing a crime because he has a ladder in the back of the truck and he's in front of houses that aren't occupied right now.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, there's no compelled ID statute in Oklahoma. I have to think about... I mean, do you have anything else?
The situation escalated when the officer decided to involve the district attorney's office for guidance. However, the advice given confirmed that without evidence of a crime, the officer had no authority to demand Grant's identification.
He's operating a motor vehicle, but you don't have a traffic violation at that point.
Well, I follow him out of town until I get one.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so the thing is, you don't have a complaining party. You haven't found him actually trespassing. All you've got is a guy sitting in front of an unoccupied house with a ladder in the back.
Yeah, and
Even so, the officer suggested he might follow Grant's till out of town and find a reason to stop him later. A troubling example of how an officer was almost desperate to investigate a man for no absolute reason. Kind of crazy for a police officer to be doing this, right?
Is he gonna get out and come back here and talk to us?
No, she just said you're arresting, and he's been videoing this whole time.
I know you've been doing
Answer
this.
questions. Go ahead and just lock me up. Secure my vehicle.
What are you arresting him for?
I don't know, not very long. Said you're meeting somebody here in a few
The
minutes?
officer's got a legal right to make contact with you based on a call.
And I don't
And
have
you're
to answer
obstructing that.
questions.
I'm not here to listen to you. I'm here to tell you what's going on. Okay? I don't care if you record me.
This whole interaction.
We
I don't
are
care.
being recorded
Okay,
too.
you're obstructing an officer from doing his duty. So now you're under arrest, unless you want to cooperate. Okay? That's the way it goes. Have a nice day.
Okay.
Would you like to explain the address and the time on the folder inside your vehicle with the camera?
I don't answer questions.
Okay.
Look,
You
man.
can identify yourself.
I don't answer questions.
Look, man.
They didn't ask a question. Hey,
Can you at least take your hands out of your pockets for me? Thank you.
Look, all I'm trying to do, man, if you're PI, no big deal. We'll get out of your hair. We gotta confirm who you are, make sure, especially with the camera car, make sure you're not doing peep and Tom stuff, okay?
Not a PI. So the only thing you can have a camera for is if you
No.
if you're a PI.
No, that's not what I'm saying, sir.
Insurance adjusters aren't allowed to have
Are
a
you an
camera
insurance adjuster?
to take photographs of damage and stuff.
Are you an insurance adjuster?
I possibly might be.
Okay, do you have any proof of that?
Okay, but I mean,
I'm
why
just-
do I have to
hey,
answer questions?
I'm
I'm
just-
here for a legal reason.
Wait, got a call.
I'm
Can
not.
I
I'm
get
just
your
not
date of
answering
birth?
questions.
Can I get your date of birth?
you're failing to
I don't
identify
have
yourself.
to by law.
You
I
are
have the Fifth
failing-
Amendment right.
You're in place investigative detention, okay? You're in investigative detention at this time. You understand
I
that?
hope all your body cameras are on.
They are, sir. Do you understand that? I said you're in.
Just said
What did I say?
that I'm under investigative detention.
Okay, what does that mean?
I'm being detained.
Okay, so you're being detained.
I understand what that means.
All right,
There's
so
a difference between an arrest and a detainment.
there is. You are correct. If you're an insurance adjuster, that's fine. We'll identify you. We'll make sure you're at the right house, kick you loose. Not a big deal, bro.
In the end, Grants was detained and charged with trespassing, though it became evident that he had done nothing illegal. The officers eventually let him go, but the incident left a troubling impression of overreach and misuse of authority.